Hello, my name is Dania Martinez, and today I'm going to talk about how Miss Barth think of and uses the case method in business education. Miss Barth begins the class learning objectives for the day's session. She teaches by the case method, and for that, she needs to know her audience, in this case, her students. That's why they must be prepared for every session. Also, Ms. Barth allowed them and encouraged them to participate and ask questions, because the case method uses a real-world situation as a basis for learning, and you can use it even if there's not an existing case. Now, three key elements of the case method are that it uses a real-world situation as a basis for learning, has an interactive discussion format, and students must be prepared and engaged in the class discussion. The primary reason why she uses this method is because she believes in active learning. You will learn and remember more information at the end of the class if you are an active part of it. The secondary reason is that there is a real-time feedback. This helps the professor to gauge where the students are at, whether to go into more detail or explain things. At the same time, it is a way of teaching critical thinking and exercising judgment through a dynamic class, in which students ask questions and others respond. It makes them come up with their own ideas, analyze situations, and make decisions about hypothetical situations. It bridges a gap between a real-world situation and the class, because while in the classroom you have material and a guide, in the real world no one is going to tell you what information is important or what is the right decision to make. So it's kind of a halfway between teaching students how to figure out what's important for their analysis and what's not important. Next, she explained primary learning, which involves learning about concepts and applying them, especially in the classroom, while secondary learning involves learning things outside of what was taught in the primary learning, through experience. Ms. Barth uses Disney acquisition of ABC as an example in her class. She teaches them about the entertainment industry, what is important, how managers think about mergers, what was important in this situation and what was not. This gives them context, as it doesn't just focus on the topic and makes the class more entertaining. Then secondary learning takes place. Another thing is that complexities of real-world problems are part of the analysis. That's why she prefers to use cases that have happened and give them details to analyze. Further, she claims that there is not always a right answer. Even if we think there is always a right answer or a right decision, there is simply not. The student must start getting comfortable with the fact that they have to make judgment. They won't always have all the information they need, but they will have to figure it out. Also, one of the main principles of the case method is that the professor will set the stage, which means that the professor won't tell the right answer, but he or she will make sure that the students have knowledge of the theme. Ms. Barth preferred not to tell her class what the company ended up doing while explaining a case, because the students will think that it is the right answer, and it's not necessarily the right answer. It is just how that company managed to solve that problem. But there could be many right answers or none at all. For this method, teachers must care about the students' learning, because when they really care, then they're going to be more focused on asking them the right questions, challenging them, and they will sense it. And if the teacher cares, then they will start to care too. But it's not just about caring, it's about getting to know them, which will let you know what kind of people the students are, their backgrounds, their weakness, their strength. This helps to manage the classroom and to ensure that each individual learns as much as they can learn. Thank you.